As we begin with section 9.7, we're going to break this video into two parts. Uh, we're going to start with part 1, which will find areas of triangles, and we'll use the law of sines. In part 2, we'll look at using the law of cosines to solve triangles. So the first thing we're going to do is just basically find some trigonometric ratios for obtuse angles, or angles greater than 90 degrees. We're just going to use a calculator and push in the items. I'm not going to go through the example, but when we look at the monitoring progress part, we're just going to put in a calculator, tangent 110 equals, and we're going to end up with negative 2.7474. As we do these, we want to take them to 4 decimal places for each one. We want to look at the sine of 97 degrees. So again, we're going to use the sine symbol on the calculator. A lot of online calculators will have these as well. So sine 97 is going to be equal to about 9925. Remember that these are estimates because we're rounding, we're not using actual solid numbers. Next we have the cosine of 165 and equals, and we're going to get negative 0.9659. So those are pretty simple things. So now we're going to go on to the for a triangle, basically stating the area. If you know an angle measure and the two sides connected to that angle, or that form the angle, we're going to take 1/2 of the two sides multiplied by the sine of the angle. So in example 4, we have an angle of 60 degrees. So the area of number 4 is going to be equal to 1/2 times 19 times 14 times sine 60. And put that into a calculator, and we're going to get about 115.2 units squared, or square units, however you want to put it. Again, number 5, we're going to take the same formula. We're going to go 1/2 times the length of the sides, 38, times 31, times the cosine of 29 degrees, and we're going to be about 285.6 square units. Pretty simple on those. Next, we're going to move into the law of sines. The law of sines simply states that the ratio of an angle and its opposite side is equal to the ratio of all other angles and their opposite sides, or the sine of the angle, excuse me. So it doesn't matter whether you have sine on top or on bottom, they're all equal. They all are proportional or similar. Now, the one thing that I'm going to suggest when you start working problems using these, and this is just showing the two examples that were in it, I like to put whatever, when I'm solving these for solving triangles, I like to put my unknown on top. So if I don't know the value of A, instead of using the sine A over A, I'm going to use A over sine A, and it'll make it a lot easier to solve the triangle. So let's look at some problems here. So we want to solve the triangle, so we've got to find all of the angles. So we're going to take for this first one, number 6, we're going to go sine C, which we don't know angle C, so we're going to go sine C over 17, that's opposite side, the one that's not connected to it, is equal to sine 51 over 18. So then we're going to multiply 17 times sine 51 and divide that by 18, and we're going to get a decimal of 0.73397, meaning that is the sine symbol of that. So we want to find the inverse sine to find the measure of angle C. So if your calculator has a sine -1 or something like that, or inverse sine, you'll use that and put in the 0.73397, and we're going to get that angle C is 47.2 degrees. Now we can use our triangle measure, knowing that 180 minus 51 minus 47.2 is going to be equal to angle B. So angle B is going to be equal to 81.8 degrees. 81.8. Now we can use our law of sines for that. So we're going to go 18, because I'm looking for the side, I'm going to put the sides on top, over sine 51 is going to be equal to our value for B, or length of B, over sine 81.8. I'm going to go 18 times sine 81.8 over sine 51, and I'm going to get that is equal to 23 units for B. So again, we know 3 things. We're looking for the other 3 in these problems. As we go on to number 7 here, again, I'm going to do it sort of quickly. So I know that I'm looking for angle B because that's the one that I have an opposite side for. So I'm going to go sine B over 13 is going to be equal to sine 40 over 16. I'm going to multiply 13 times sine 40 and divide by 16, and I'm going to get 0.52226. I'm going to take the inverse of that, so sine -1 on some calculators. If you need help finding what the inverse is on a calculator you use, you can ask me, or you can usually do a quick lookup. So angle B is going to be equal to 31.5 degrees when I put that in the calculator. I'm going to find angle C now. I'm going to go 180 minus 31.5 minus 40, and I'm going to get angle C is equal to 108.5. Now I need to find the length of small c, so I'm going to go C is equal to 108.5, and that's going to be equal. I can use either of the ratios I already have, but I'm going to start with the 16 over sine 40. So I'm going to go sine 108.5 times 16 divided by sine 40, and I'm going to get C is equal to 23.6 units. Again, I just use the step the way I do it to save a little bit of time. Alright, now looking at this, we're going to look as if we have 2 angles, how do we solve the triangle? Again, the first step would be find the other angle and then apply the ratios that we've been using. So a couple samples here. Actually, this is a problem where we're looking at solving a triangle for a distance. This one walks you through. You know that you have two angles. You want to find the other angle and then find the distance of C from the north picnic area to the south picnic area. And that walks you through that problem. We'll work with a little bit of a mixture of that, change it up as we go through problems here. Right. So first we want to solve the triangle number 8. First thing we're going to do is find our other angle. So angle C is going to be equal to 180 minus 29 minus 85, and angle C is going to be equal to 66 degrees, and then we're going to go C over sine 66 is going to be equal to the one we have, which is 9 over sine 85, and we're going to get that that is going to be equal to 8.3 units for C. Now we need to find our value for A. So we're going to go A over sine 29 is going to be equal to 9 over sine 85. And we're going to get A is equal to 4.4 units. Again, I should be using the crooked equal signs, meaning about, because I am rounding. And I won't mark you wrong if you don't do that. Okay. Now looking at number 9, our problem is we're going to go first find our angle A. So 180 minus 70 minus 81 is going to equal 29 degrees for angle A. Now we're going to go for A. Actually, we have A, so we're going to have 10 over sine 29 is equal to B over sine 70, and that's also equal to C over sine 81. And I'm going to do these just both. So I'm going to go sine 70 times 10 divided by 29, and I'm going to get B is equal to 19.4. I'm going to go sine 81 times 10 divided by sine 29, and I'm going to get C is equal to 20.4 units. And now looking at our problem here, we're going to switch up the picnic area, and instead of finding from the north to the south, we're going to find from the east to the south. So we're going to be looking for the measure of A, and the angle A is going to be sine 71 degrees. We know that B is 150 meters, and if we subtract the other two angles, we're going to get 180 minus 60 minus 71 is going to be sine 49 degrees. Multiply 150 times sine 71 and divide by sine 49, and we're going to get about 210.2 meters. In this case we do have meters, so you do want to put that as your answer. We'll come back and look at the law of cosines in the next video to wrap up this section.